Standards. I came to standards later in life. Generally, I associated the word standard with examining and examinations, and that is not a world I wanted to involve myself with. But the more I read about standards, like the GPS or like the A4 or all these things, the more you realize that they actually underpin the social. Without them, the social would break down. Communication and networks would be impossible. So even though the European Union has been very important in this, even without them, we do need to work common standards. And it could go beyond the technology into even what notes are, what a report is. And I noticed this with different people over time, over the years, finding a common expression of how we operate. It was particularly interesting with older professors of education who, in a way, in some countries, they spoke ex cathedra. If they said it was like this, it was like this. So you didn't use other tools and standards of research because they had decided what was the case. You may not be coming across that as much, I don't know, maybe it constantly replicates itself. But it was very interesting. When I had to act as an evaluator to some new countries and doing their research grant applications, the ones that always succeeded were the ones who explained their paths, what their methodology was, what they were reading, how they were going to work, how long it would take, who they would employ, and the ones that never succeeded. And like evolution, they started to die out. The professor said, I've always done this. This is why I want the money. That would not succeed anymore. But standards, common standards. And I talked here about, and I've written about, the production of European standards. I always thought a standard was fixed. A standard was a fixed thing. That's how it used to be in the past. Standards, however, now are like theorizing. They're constantly being produced and amended and changed. And there's committees of people, experts, manufacturers, university rectors, changing and altering them all the time. A standard is not fixed, but it is permanently affecting our behaviors. So it changes and alters. Also, the European Union, and it's not just the Commission, it's actually what happens in Europe is that people are constantly negotiating and being included in the production of standards. It is not, I always thought it was men in white coats in laboratories. Well, it's not. It's a kind of constant process of agreement.